movie, comment, like, share, subscribe.
Space 1999, a British science fiction television series that debuted in 1975, has captured the hearts and imaginations of fans worldwide for decades. Its intriguing premise, iconic designs, awesome theme music, and unforgettable performances make it a standout show in the history of science fiction television. This series was my introduction to science fiction, and it remains one of my favorites. Let's take a look at the best sci-fi series you've never watched.
Initiate sequence. Retrotron Entertainment presents
That 70s Nerd! Space 1999 was the brainchild of husband and wife filmmaking team Jerry and Sylvia Anderson, best known for their super marionation puppet shows like Thunderbirds in the 1960s. Seeking to expand their scope to live-action productions, the duo initially worked on a series called UFO. When a second series of UFO failed to materialize, the Andersons set their sights on an entirely new project, a groundbreaking sci-fi epic that would become Space 1999. The Andersons initially envisioned the new series as a continuation of UFO, but set in the future. Titled UFO 1999, the idea was to pick up the story with Earth's moon being used as a defense base against alien attacks. However, after conducting market research and consulting with American studios, it was decided to go in a different direction. The show is transformed into a separate, self-contained series, drawing influence from popular culture and current scientific knowledge. With an estimated budget of £3.5 million, making it one of the most expensive UK series at the time, Space 1999 required substantial funding. ITV, the British commercial network, was the primary backer. Additionally, the series attracted international investment, most notably from the Italian broadcaster RAI and the American company ITC Entertainment. This uniquely international backing allowed the show to feature higher production values than most British TV shows at the time. Martin Landau and Barbara Bain, both well-known American actors, were cast in the lead roles of Commander John Koenig and Dr. Helena Russell. Their involvement was considered a significant coup for the show, offering it a greater chance of success in the American market. The supporting cast was largely British, including actors like Barry Morse, Catherine Schell, and Nick Tate. Behind the scenes, a talented team was assembled to bring the series to life. Production designer Keith Wilson and special effects director Brian Johnson played significant roles in creating the show's iconic look and feel, from the Moonbase Alpha sets to the famous Eagle spacecraft. With everything in place, the show finally went into production. The first season consisted of 24 episodes, each tackling various scientific and existential themes. To help with the storytelling, the series employed several noted science fiction writers, including Johnny Byrne, Anthony Terpaloff, and Christopher Penfold. Additionally, the team paid careful attention to scientific accuracy within the limits of the show's fantastical premise, consulting experts to ensure an element of scientific and technical realism. The series kicks off with a catastrophic event. Nuclear waste stored on the moon explodes, sending Earth's satellite hurtling out of orbit and into deep space. The 311 inhabitants of Moonbase Alpha, a research center on the moon, are suddenly isolated from Earth, embarking on a perilous journey through the unknown. This innovative plot setup offered a dramatic lens through which to explore a variety of themes, from ethical dilemmas to existential mysteries. One of the remarkable aspects of the first season was its seamless blend of science fiction and philosophical inquiry. Episodes like Black Sun address the fear and wonder associated with black holes, while also delving into existential themes of life, death, and the nature of the universe. Similarly, Dragon's Domain mixed the creature feature genre with psychological horror, questioning the reliability of memory and the boundaries of sanity. One cannot discuss Season 1 without mentioning its visual achievements. For its time, the special effects were groundbreaking, thanks to the expertise of Bryan Johnson, who would later work on iconic projects like Star Wars and Alien. The Eagle spacecraft immediately became as iconic as the Starship Enterprise, and Moonbase Alpha sets designed by Keith Wilson were both futuristic and believable. But the heart of the series was its characters, led by Commander John Koenig, Martin Landau, and Dr. Helena Russell, Barbara Bain. The development of these characters, along with the supporting cast, was carefully placed. Barry Morse's portrayal of Professor Victor Bergman added a paternal warmth and scientific wonder to Moonbase Alpha. Each episode often put these characters in situations that challenged not just their scientific acumen, but their moral and ethical beliefs, making for compelling drama. The music of the series, composed by Barry Gray, was another high point. The show's theme and incidental music captured the essence of adventure, fear, and the unknown, adding to the atmosphere and tension of each episode. This was later complemented by synthesizers, creating an aural landscape that was as innovative as the visual one. Space 1999 is one of my all-time favorite sci-fi soundtracks. I would love to play some of the music for you, but YouTube won't let me. The complete score is available on compact disc, but it ain't cheap. The first season received mixed to positive reviews, with critics praising its production value, special effects, and thoughtful storytelling. However, some critics felt that the show was too somber or slow-paced, lacking the action or excitement found in other sci-fi shows. Despite these criticisms, the first season built a dedicated fan base, especially among viewers who appreciated its deeper, more contemplative approach to science fiction. Space 1999 returned for a second season, which aired between 1976 and 1977. However, fans quickly noticed that the series had undergone some significant changes, both in tone and content. These modifications were an attempt to boost ratings, particularly in the lucrative American market. One of the most noticeable differences was the departure of Sylvia Anderson as a producer, along with several key members of the writing staff. The role of showrunner was handed over to Fred Freiberger, who had previously worked on the infamous third season of Star Trek. Freiberger made several changes to the show's formula and format in an effort to make it more accessible and action-packed. These changes met with mixed reactions from both fans and critics alike. Season 2 saw the departure of some familiar faces, most notably Barry Morse, who had portrayed Professor Victor Bergman in the first season. The character was written out without any on-screen explanation, a move that disappointed many fans. In place of the characters who left, new ones were introduced. Catherine Schell joined the cast as Maya, a shape-shifting alien from the planet Psychon, who became a regular crew member on Moonbase Alpha. While the first season often delved into philosophical and existential themes, the second season leaned more heavily on action and adventure. Episodes featured more straightforward conflict and resolutions, often involving alien monsters or space battles. Though it retained some of its intellectual appeal, the second season was generally considered to be less cerebral than its predecessor. There were also notable changes in the series' art direction. Moonbase Alpha underwent a redesign to make it appear smaller, more lived-in, and functional. The uniforms were changed as well, adopting a more casual, utilitarian look. Even the iconic Eagle spacecraft received minor modifications. The music also underwent a transition. While Barry Gray's compositions remained a significant part of the show, American composer Derek Wadsworth took over the scoring for the majority of the second season. Wadsworth's work was more action-oriented, complementing the change in the series' tone. It's a good score, but the original theme will forever remain truly legendary. Reaction to the changes in Season 2 was mixed. While some welcomed the increased pace and action, others lamented the loss of the show's original intellectual depth. Ratings, particularly in the United States, did not see a significant boost. This led to questions about the show's future and ultimately factored into its cancellation. Despite the transformations, Season 2 has its share of defenders and has even grown in estimation over the years. While it took a different path, it still offered compelling stories, strong character moments, and impressive visual effects. Characters like Maya became fan favorites, and some episodes are now considered to be classics. Despite its ambitious production and international backing, Space 1999 struggled with ratings, particularly in the US, where a strong performance was crucial for its survival. The changes in the second season, aimed at boosting these ratings, did not achieve the desired effect. Furthermore, the expensive production costs made it a high-risk proposition for ITV and its international partners to continue the series without the promise of substantial returns. The journey through the cosmos came to a sudden halt when Space 1999 was not renewed for a third series, concluding its run with 48 episodes. The show's cancellation left fans with a lot of questions, and over time, it has continued to live on through various other mediums. The world of Space 1999 continued to expand in print form. A series of novels initially written by authors like Michael Butterworth and E.C. Tubb extended the stories of Moonbase Alpha and its inhabitants. These novels sometimes adapted episodes from the series, but also introduced original stories, adding more layers to the Space 1999 universe. Comic adaptations also became a way for fans to continue the journey. A range of comic books and strips were released, appearing in publications such as Look-In magazine in the UK and Charlton Comics in the US. These adaptations, similar to the novels, sometimes took liberties with the source material to introduce new elements and storylines. Merchandising played a significant role in keeping the series alive in the minds of fans. From action figures and model kits of the Eagle spacecraft to board games and trading cards, Space 1999 generated a wide array of collectibles. Some of these have become quite valuable in the collector's market. The enduring love for Space 1999 can perhaps be best seen in its active fan community. Numerous fan clubs and conventions have sprung up over the years, featuring appearances by the show's stars and creators. These events provide a platform for fans to exchange ideas, memorabilia, and even fan fiction, further enriching the lore of Space 1999. While a direct sequel or revival has never materialized, there have been discussions and even plans for rebooting the series for modern audiences. However, as of the year 2023, none of these attempts have come to fruition. Thank God. Though it was short-lived, Space 1999 left an indelible impact on the landscape of science fiction television. Its ambitious storytelling, high production values, and complex characters set it apart as a cult classic that has transcended its era. Through various spin-offs and a dedicated fan community, the series continues to capture imaginations, affirming its place in the pantheon of iconic science fiction works. Space 1999 is far more than a relic of 1970s television. It remains a landmark of thoughtful, adventurous science fiction storytelling. Whether you're revisiting Moonbase Alpha or discovering it for the first time, the journey through Space 1999 is one that offers endless avenues for exploration, debate, and fascination. Be sure to hit the bell for notifications so you never miss out on new videos and community posts.